Hello, hello, Instagram world. How you guys doing? Hopefully you guys can all hear me well. We're gonna get a couple of minutes until people start coming in. So today is a Q&A, a project of mine that's been laying on my heart for such a long time, Healers of the Earth. So Healers of the Earth is just my reminder, and everybody out there's reminder, that there's not only, bad in the world, that there are people that are working together and alone to help the greater good, help to create a new story for humanity. And they're doing that by first healing themselves, and then, as we all know, heal people, hurt people, hurt people. So, yeah, so this is my second interview. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Hi, hello everybody. Welcome. We're just gonna wait until Chelsea pops on here. Wait for her request. Oh, I think she's already there. Yes. It won't be too long, guys. At least I hope so. Be patient with me. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Let me see if I get this camera a little higher up here.
Oh, okay. You hear everything's good? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Everything's good. Everything's good.
I see you. I hear you.
You look beautiful.
People. So as I was saying, this is a project of mine. It's called Healers of the Earth. I just want to introduce everybody to basically everybody that is taking care of themselves, healing themselves, to then help heal the world, right? Because heal people, hurt people, hurt people. And wait, let me just try to get this camera just a little higher, so my hands are not shaking all over the place. I think this will do.
Should we do a thing? No filter.
There we go. Here we go. Perfect. So today we're doing a Q&A with Chelsea. I knew her as the Weekend Witch. I knew you as the Weekend Witch. That's how I got introduced to you. And now you have a school called the Energy School, and we're going to get into that. But before we do, I would like to know, just in your own words, who is Chelsea? Let's start with that.
Chelsea is an evolution. An evolution. I'm an evolution. That's what I am, an evolution.
Well, we're human beings, right? We're always
going. I feel like a normal human being that's just navigating the world and going through life, using the tools that she has, and just doing my best to leave a positive impact and make people think, as I make myself think. And yeah, that's a good question. I should sit with that a little bit more, but yeah, that's a great question.
Well, that's one thing that actually stood out with me with you, is that I connected with you very quickly. Just the way you speak, just the way you have a way of just making invitations. You're not forcing anybody to do anything. You're here, and even in your classes, and we'll get to that too, because I've taken basically 3 of your classes so far.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then you have this way of just expressing yourself and getting a message through that is very direct, very clear, and very simple. And again, it's always through these invitations. So yeah, I would like to know, how did the whole Weekend Witch actually begin? How did this journey of yours start? And for everybody coming, welcome. This is Healers of the Earth. This is my little project to introduce all the people that I've met so far, the incredible people that are not only working on themselves, but working into creating a new story for humanity and this beautiful planet we call Earth. So yes, your journey, the Weekend Witch. How did that start?
I love it. Thank you for having me. Yeah, the Weekend Witch. The Weekend Witch goes back to I've always read cards. Since I was little, I've read tarot cards. Always. My dad gave me my first deck when I was 13, and I had no idea what they were. I just loved them. And it was about 5 years ago. It was 5 years ago that my girlfriend and I were talking. She had a really well-established Instagram account. And she was like, do you want to read tarot for people online? And I was like, fuck no, no way. I do not want to do that. I do not want to do that. I didn't want to show up. Like my Instagram before was just like quotes. It was not my face. It was not me talking. It was not me doing anything. And I remember saying no to her for a really long time. And then one day she just kind of was like, I booked you a tarot reading. You have to do it. And it got me into that place of like, okay, well, what could I lose? Like, whatever. And so that was the very beginning of the Weekend Witch, because then from there I started reading more cards. And then from there, I actually changed my Instagram and kind of marketed it as a service, you know, as kind of an intuitive energy working readings, all different types of things. So that's where the Weekend Witch started. And if it wasn't for her, I don't know if it would have ever started, to be very honest. I like really needed that push, but I'm so happy. Now I'm so happy looking back. But at the beginning, it was like, no, definitely not, you know, but yeah, so that was the Weekend Witch. That was the very beginning. And you've been with me for a long time because it's changed a few times since then. So
I think I started following you maybe 2 years ago, right before the pandemic, I believe. That's awesome that she was able to push you out of your comfort zone to really just like, you know what? Eh, there you go.
You're doing it. You're doing it. Yeah. I think we have to be pushed. I think a lot of the times the best times are when we are pushed. So
yes, that I completely 100% agree with you. It's great when people could do it on their own, but a lot of the times it's too scary, and it doesn't have to be big hurty pushes, right? It could be just gentle little nudges, but at the end of the day, the thing is the universe is going to push you no matter what. And you more times than not, you want to do it on your own than have the universe really take the initiative and push you off that huge hill that you're probably not ready for. So that is awesome. So basically you said that you started with tarot. Was there a point of your life where this whole energy work, like I'm guessing that it's tarot that really got you involved in the whole energy work, or was there something before? Because you talk about in your classes the ancestral, you've done ancestral work and all that. What is like the big push for you to actually go in deeper with the energy work? Because you said you also do Reiki. So
yeah.
what is like kind of extra?
Well, I'm really lucky because my dad has talked about this stuff my whole life. So I've always been exposed to it, and I've always been open to energy work and the idea that, you know, there's things unseen that kind of we have control over and stuff like that. It's always kind of been swirling. It wasn't until I had my son, and the first year was really postpartum, very tragic, I guess it was, like, because it pushed me into a place of I started looking for Reiki healers, and I started looking for energy workers, and I was the one actually looking for the healing. And so I started doing that, and I ended up meeting a woman, and then I ended up studying with her, and then I ended up learning from her. And then I actually knew kind of what I was doing, as opposed to before. I just knew that, you know, you could work with energy and this and that, but I didn't actually have the actual skills. It wasn't until I went through all of that with my son that I was like, okay, it's actual energy work that needs to happen, and I need to find somebody to help me. And then she ended up just becoming my teacher, and that was kind of the catalyst to that. Yeah. Wow. And then I had a few other teachers here and there, and you know, the universe conspires to bring you with certain people, and they have teachings for you, and that's just kind of how that all unfolded. Yeah, it gave purpose to all of the pain that I was going through at the time. That was the purpose. So it's perfect. It's totally fine. It's perfect.
Would you say that was kind of like a rock bottom for you, where it's like, oh my God, this is so much pain that if I don't do something?
Absolutely. 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 I had actually gone to see like a doctor, as like psychiatrist. I was to that point. And what it really is that when you go for so long and you ignore your calling, and you ignore the connection that you have, and you ignore your alignment, then you get really sick, and then you do hit a rock bottom. And that's where I had come to. And that was, it wasn't because I had my son and I was hormonal and all this, like that played a part in it, but there was a lot of other things that happened or didn't happen before that created in me this like very profound unrested place, you know, like an energy kind of stagnation. That's when I eventually saw the doctor. I was like, you're useless to me. I need somebody who knows how to do this stuff. You know what I mean? I can feel it. So that's, you know, it was what I needed at the time. And I think it's what a lot of people need. And they don't know that that's what they need. And they don't realize how easy and simple and like it can be. So yeah.
So true. Like we forget, see, we hear about energy work and we think, oh my God, I can't do this. This is not for me. I must be so complicated. What is energy? What is this? But it's like you do it every day, all day. Like every day, all day you do it. Your senses are based on energy. You do it naturally. It's a reflex. And I'm so happy, like throughout my also development and process, there's so much more people that are understanding this and that are actually applying it. And now we have great people like you that are just, you know, building a whole foundation. And I've met a couple of people right now and they're building these beautiful foundations to really help people. Because the thing is, one second, I have my music and it's distracting me like crazy.
It's beautiful.
Yes. I'm just gonna put a little lower. Yeah, sorry about that. And what's great about that is all these different people, not everybody likes the same sauces, right? Not everybody likes the same types of food and same types of people. Everybody has different energies. So it's great that you have all kinds of, like, all different types of people from different backgrounds, from different, just the way they think, the philosophy. So it's like great that all of these are just sprouting out, because there's just going to be more chances and more opportunities for different people to find the right coach for them, or the right person for them, or the right, you know, just teacher for them. And it's just so exciting. I'm like super excited right now. So with that said, we're going to talk about your school. I have a couple of questions. Love for energy, we did that one. Okay, let's talk about your school. Let's talk about, like, what is the energy school? Like, what's it about? Let's go with that. Let's start with that.
So the energy school is, for the most part, a virtual school where I've taken a lot of the experience that I've had, a lot of the teachings that I've had, a lot of the kind of wisdom that's been accumulated and earned. I've taken a lot of these things and I've just formulated courses and workshops and little programs, coaching containers, and kind of just created a school. I was a teacher before COVID. I was a grade 2 teacher. So I was preparing curriculum and I was working with my grade 2 little students, and we were doing meditation, and I was teaching them all this stuff that I was like, I wish we would have learned this stuff when we were young. I wish, you know, I would teach them about their emotions and how to articulate and how to like connect and how to take deep breaths and all these things. And then COVID hit, and then I didn't have a job anymore. And I was like, I have to just teach those life skills to adults. Like, I think it's adults that really, really need a lot of this stuff right now. And they don't know where to begin, and they find it intimidating. And they're like, how do I connect with ancestors? And what are you talking about meditation? That's so not me. I can't do it. And so I just kind of created this school where the majority of the classes right now that are available are just startup classes. They're just like spiritual startup, meditation startup, ancestral startup. Like, they're just for people who want to get into it. And that's what I had noticed in my work with people in tarot. Sorry, I'm rambling on, but as I do. But I would do tarot readings for people, and they would be like, okay, but how do I start meditating? And I'd be like, I thought you wanted a reading. But really what they wanted was, they wanted guidance and they wanted instruction. And then, okay, but how do I talk to that tree? And I'd be like, okay, well, this is what you do, and you go and do this, and you bring them this, and you go with this intention, and like, you listen to this song, and like all these things. And I just realized, I was like, I have to just somehow formulate it so that the majority of people, if you want it, you have access to it. So that's what the energy school is. And I love it. I'm like so excited that this is my work. I love it. It's amazing. This is what happens when you like get into alignment. Then your work becomes really fun and you love it. So
It's not working at the end of the day. When you're
no, no, not at all.
in your element, it's just like, it's just fun.
It's
It's
so fun.
not that it's not work. It's just, yes, there's things that you need to do, but it doesn't feel like work because you're just in that zone. When you're in that zone, it's just creation mode all the way. So, yes.
Yeah.
Which one was your first class? Which one's
My
like the
first class,
one that blossomed?
my first class was spiritual startup. And that was purely born out of tarot readings and the feedback I was getting, because people were like, I'm not religious, I'm very spiritual, I just don't know how to begin. Like, you know, I would, a lot of the times, and it's very, very true right now for tarot readings, what a lot of the readings will say to people is you need to develop your intuition. You need to reconnect. You need to go within. You need to do this work. It comes up all the time in tarot readings because the majority of people need to do this work. And then people will be like, how do I start? What do I do? And so that was spiritual startup, was just like 4 weeks working with the 4 elements, connecting with the 4 elements, connecting with yourself, just like a very intro to spiritual kind of connection, if you will, you know. That class, and that was fun. You were in that class.
I was in that class. It was a great class. It really reminded me exactly what you were saying. It's all the basics. This is just basics of human nature and this all the stuff that we should be taught in school, like very important stuff that should be taught in school. And you were able to wrap it in a 4-week class. And I loved how you incorporated, like you started, it was based on the elements. So it was very easy to just connect with. And and it was almost like an introduction to the next class too, the ancestral startup, which is the one that, you know, really got me interested, and I can't wait until like the second level, like
Advanced.
the advanced class. And it's just great. You have this, like I said, you have this way of talking with people, and you have this way of not necessarily talking with people, but wrapping the information in a way that it's palpable in many different angles. So I really, really appreciated that. For anybody interested, I definitely recommend 150%, especially for those who have no idea like where to begin. This is a great class, especially the spiritual startup is a great, great class to really start and see all the different options. And that's what I love too, is again, it's just invitations, and you give so many great exercises throughout those weeks, and it's not complicated. It's very simple.
So simple.
Again, it's basic information. It's stuff that technically you do almost to day-to-day basis, but now you're incorporating extra elements that get you not only in your body, but in tuned with your environment. So, once again,
that's a foundation. A lot of the work is like turning your routines into rituals. You do the same things every single day. You do the same things every day. Just attach an intention to it. Just take a moment and take a deep breath and be present while you're doing it. Like put on a certain song while you're doing it. Turn little routines into rituals, and then you have opportunities all throughout your day to be connected and like tapped in, turned on, you know, like, I don't know. That's a fundamental belief for me. It's like, if you're going to run a course, it has to be simple and easy enough that people can do it, because you don't want them falling off a week later, you know what I mean? Not that people, but it's a thing. So yeah, that's what.
Yeah, life is so busy right now. It's so easy to just get distracted or just forget, or like, I mean, even with pandemic, it's so easy to get distracted. We're distracted 24/7, especially now, because everybody wants to keep updated. Anyways, but one thing that I want to just emphasize in that we forget how important intention is behind everything. Like even when you enter a class, to have an intention behind it is so important. It changes the dynamic. It changes everything. It's like goal setting. I'm not super good at goal setting, but when it comes to intention, it's so important. Like it's so powerful. Yeah, exactly.
It sets your energetic trajectory of where you're going to go. And that's where so many of us don't do that at all in our life. And so that's where we just end up wherever the fuck we end up, because we never set that clear trajectory of like, this is where I'm going. I don't know how I'm going to get there. I don't know the details, but I know that eventually that's the end point, you know? But
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely. That or somebody else is going to set the trajectory for you, basically. And
Exactly.
this is where intention becomes even more powerful, because if you don't have an intention, you're just going with the flow and taking where the wind takes you, which could be fine. And there's nothing wrong with that. But a lot of the times we're just sent to where somebody else wants us to go. And then we end up in these rock bottom moments and we're like, oh, damn, how did I get here? How did I end up?
How do I get out? How did I get here? And like, how do I get back? Yeah. And
Which
then
is
you're
the
there.
process.
And,
Yeah,
pardon.
it was part of the process, and it's fun too. Like you need to hit rock bottom sometimes to really like, see life for what it is and to wake up. So there's nothing wrong with that too. Um, let's see. I wanted to also talk about well, we basically already touched a lot about all your classes. We talked about Ancestral World. I want to know, like, what's your coup de cœur? Which one is like your little baby, or the one that you hold dearest to your heart? Like the one that you really want the world to just, if you can have everybody just learn one thing or like one class in particular, which one would it be?
It's the ancestral startup.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 100%.
So
100%. That one is completely created from a really intuitive place, a deep state of flow. Even when I'm teaching that class, like I have a general kind of framework, but then I go out that day into the woods before I'm about to lecture and I just like pour it through, like it's very much a channeled course, that one. And I think that's why it's secretly my favorite, because I think when people come into contact with really, really strongly channeled, deeply felt, highly intuitive information, it gives them permission to do it too. It gives them permission to be like, okay, I'm going to go for a walk and I'm going to like vibe with this tree for a little bit. I'm going to do it, whereas like a lot of people at the beginning, you're like, this is too weird. And But because I tell stories about it in my course, I hope that my crazy stories give people the permission to do crazy, silly things and leave things at this tree and bring things over here and, tend to the forest and sit by the water and like call on the wind and talk to the moon, like all these things that they seem very like childhood fairy tale. And I always, when I was a child, was like talking to things and relationship with non-human beings and stuff like that. But we lose it when we're an adult, and we forget that we still need to connect, and we still need to have that relationship to the earth and to all of these non-human beings. And so that course, that one's like, no, I just want everyone to be connected. I want everyone to have access to deeper wisdom. I want them all to have that intuitive, they know when they're turned on, they've activated it. That's what I want. And I think that would change the world, to be honest. If everyone had that ability, I think it would really change the world. So that's my baby. That's my baby. Mm-hmm.
it's a great class. Ellie said it's life changing, and I agree. It is. I mean, it's again, it's stuff that you incorporate, stuff that you do every day. If you're going to be walking every day in the forest, if you're going to be just walking outside, might as well put it in intention, might as well take it upon yourself and really feel the energy, really feel the room, really feel everything. And this was like my base, like this was how I started with Reiki. And um, we forget that everything is vibration. Nothing is separate from vibration. Your table vibrates. That tree that you're talking to vibrates. And the thing is, once again, it's an innate ability. Our bodies are designed to feel and interpret these vibrations.
Yeah.
And we have been numb, but more importantly, we have been, I don't want to say program. We've been hearing program a lot. It's just we are blocked from this ability of doing so because of all the distractions, because we care more about what's going out outside of us than we are going on within us.
Yeah.
And these emotions, our bodies are continuously talking to us. It is
Yeah.
talking to us. And if we don't listen, how are we going to listen and see what's really out there, see what is really being projected by all these beautiful beings? A tree is alive.
Oh,
It is.
yeah.
The sun is a force. It's alive. It's
Mm-hmm.
and we tend to forget that.
Yeah.
Science has come such a long way, but ancient wisdom, like at the end of the day, science is just proving what ancient wisdoms have been talking about for so long. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
so happy that we're starting to reincorporate all that. And again, we have people like you that are just like, almost projecting it into the world and just like propelling it. It's like, okay, let's get this started. Let's just get this moving. Let's just go already.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I am convinced that um, I am convinced that because of people like you, there's already been like a massive awareness and upgrade with this innate knowledge. And I feel like the more people like you that come out and decide to actually get out of their comfort zone and do these incredible schools or do these incredible projects or do these incredible things, I feel like it's gonna just project even quicker and faster. And there's no limit. Like there's no limit
There's
to
no limit.
get it,
Absolutely.
and it's so fun. Um, School, well, I guess we already touched a little bit on that, but if you would have to put everything and wrap everything into one mission for the school or for you, for the humanity, or just a mission in general, what would that be?
So I've thought about this question a lot. It's one of the journal prompts that I work with a lot. My main goal, my chief aim in life is what it's called in my journal prompt. My chief aim in life is to raise the collective vibration. I just want, I
Yeah.
just want, even if it's like, even if it's literally one tiny, like little tiny hurt. That's it. Even if it's just that. I just, I have this really deep belief that each person's vibration contributes to the whole. And if all of us can just work on our vibration just a little bit, it actually will raise the default vibration for the collective humanity, and not only humanity, but all life on earth. So that's my chief, my chief aim in life. That really is it. That really is it. Is that I want people to feel good. I want them to be in their highest vibrational state. I want them to have access to all the intuitive knowledge that they could possibly access. And I want everyone to just like be happy and like be able to deal when they're not happy, but then be able to bounce back into happy, because I think that's when people are healthiest. That's when people are most productive, most creative, when they're contributing the most, is when they're feeling good. And so that's my goal in life, is to just like take the collective and just like just a little bit.
It's beautiful. Basically, you want people to start being the ultimate narrator of their world, or like being the ultimate creator.
And to empower people that like you are powerful. You are a powerful creator. I say to myself often, I'm a powerful magnet, but we're all magnets. And so it's up to us to decide what type of reality we want to magnetize towards us. And if we want to magnetize a really high vibrational, really happy reality, we have to be in that place. So that's what it is. It's just about connection and raising your vibration and just learning and growing and forgiving yourself for stuff, and doing the healing work and then just moving forward. Yeah.
Oh my God, yes, absolutely. We
Yeah.
forget that we have forgotten how powerful we are because we deny this ability, this innate ability of like you say, magnetizing, but also we forget that we have a magnetic field. We have a magnetic field. We have an energetic field. This again has been proven. Science has proved it. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's a magnetic field. It magnetizes. It will attract. And I mean, we can go on and on about this, but I really loved how, like, just raising the collective raising the collective consciousness, but also raising people's vibrations is so important. And I just want to add to that, just to say, like, just to take responsibility, because you
Yes.
are responsible for what you think and what you say.
Yes.
It's we can blame everybody else, but at the end of the day, it's a choice. Everything is a choice, and you choose to. And it doesn't mean that you shouldn't be feeling your emotions. You should absolutely feel your emotions. That's why they're there. They're there to be felt. They're there to communicate something with you. But you decide if you're going to stay with that thought. You decide if you're going to stay in the period, in the length of period, you're going to stay with it. And that's what creates your reality, right? It's the length of time you dedicate your energy and your time and your awareness to that specific thought.
Mm-hmm.
And if you guys take anything from that, I really want you to contemplate or take a moment to meditate on that. It's you're the creator of your reality because of the time that you spent on the thoughts or the reality you choose to repeat.
Focus upon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes, exactly. And that's
absolutely.
going to be my next question, which is, well, actually, we're going to go with your next classes. You have one class now. It's good. It's actually like um, a group coaching. So
Mm-hmm.
let's touch on that a little bit. Amongst all the other, like you've done also free workshops for anybody who's interested, who just wants to, feel out Chelsea's way of coaching. She offers free classes, free workshops a
There's
month,
one,
and one to date, I think, right?
there's one tonight. There's one tonight. This is the last one of the year. So, and you could still jump on. You'd have to send me a DM though, because the email's already gone out. So if you send me a DM, I'll be able to just send you the direct Zoom link. It's tonight at 9 p.m. And it's called The Grid. And it's literally exactly what we were just talking about. It's designing an energetic grid that, and we're going to do different areas of your life, and you're going to decide the feeling, the energetic point of attraction that you want to attract in each area of that life. And I'm going like this because it's a circle and we're going to draw it out, and it's like it's a workshop that we're doing together. So that's tonight. And the intention for that is, this is your new energetic grid. This is what your next year is going to feel like. So this is where you stay in the grid. You don't go out of the grid. If you go out of the grid, you understand you are not going to be attracting that type of grid. So that's tonight. That's a free workshop. I usually do free workshops like every second month.
Okay.
And then, yeah, I have group coaching starting July 2nd. It's a 4-week group coaching container. I do a lot of one-on-ones, and I kind of wanted to do a group one. I just wanted to make it a little bit more accessible to people. What we're going to be working on for the 4 weeks is dismantling limiting beliefs. So limiting belief work is the work I've been doing probably, I want to say, for all of last year, was just like, just
basically.
like, first of all, realizing like, holy shit, I have an avalanche of limiting beliefs. Hi. Okay. First just acknowledging that, like, okay, I've done all of this work. I've like been doing this stuff for years, and still we've got a huge avalanche sitting back there of all these limiting beliefs that get in the way, that prevent you from having like healthy, happy relationships, that prevent you from like embodying your purpose and your destiny, because you have all these beliefs about how maybe you're not good enough, or you couldn't do it, or it's not good. You have all these beliefs. So that's what the group coaching is about. It's just 4 weeks, and we're gonna like dig out some limiting beliefs. We're going to look at them for what they are. Then we're gonna rewrite them together. It's a workshop. We're writing, where there's prompts and stuff. You're gonna rewrite your beliefs so that they actually support and serve your goal for who you are in the future. And then I'm going to teach you how to really kind of like reinforce the beliefs and get them into the subconscious kind of mind. And then yeah, the last week I'm not going to talk too much about, because if you do it, then you'll get it. But that's like the extra little element to the last part of really releasing limiting beliefs. So
Absolutely. We can't say all the secrets. We can't
yeah,
talk about everything. It's always nice to be surprised,
yeah,
especially taking the class. So I always enjoy those little moments where you added that week or you added that extra thing. So it's really fun. If you guys don't know Chelsea, there's a workshop tonight. It's free. You just have to DM her for all the link, for all the information. You can see what kind of coach she is. If it's a coach that's for you, if it's someone that you connect with, and that's why I absolutely love that you do these free coachings too, because it really gives a chance for people to be like, oh yes, I like the way she talks. I like the way she communicates. This is for me. This is something that I would like to do. So yeah, it was super exciting. So we're gonna close this Q&A off with my last question, which would be, if you want, for everybody watching or for anybody watching the repeat, if there's one thing that you hope or you would want the people out there to take from this conversation, or just from energy work, or just from life, what would that be? And let me know if you understand the question. I could read.
No, it's a good question. I like what came to my mind right away, and then I'm like, is that it? Yeah, that's it. That's what keep coming to my mind. It's, you have a choice, and it was you that said it before. You have a choice. You have a choice in each and every moment, in each and every relationship, in each and every environment, in each and every decision that you have to make. You have a choice, and you can choose. You can choose to take responsibility and like jump into your life, or you can choose the more comfortable route, and it's perfectly fine, but that's not where your destiny is, not on that road, you know, kind of thing. Just to really sit in the space of like, what do I want with my life? What do I want with my life? You know, ask yourself, because you can have anything you want. Anything you want. You can have anything you want. And that is a deep core belief that I've like programmed so deep into my heart that like, that really is something that like you can have whatever you want. So choose what you want.
We don't ask that question enough. We're not taught to ask that question enough. What do you want? What do you want? What do I want? What do I want? I still struggle with that question. Like every day I ask myself, what the hell do I want? I have bits and pieces, you know, they're fragmented everywhere, but that just goes to point the programming, or like the lack of thereof of that programming, of really asking, what do you want? Because again, if you don't know what you want, you're going to be, somebody else is going to bring you towards what they think you want. And if you didn't or haven't done the contemplation, it's going to be, again, that rock bottom, or it could just be, you know, that like, oh, how did I get here? You know, how did I really get here? It's not,
let's turn the car around. Let's just go back where we came. Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. Asking yourself, what do you want? I have a choice. What do you want? And then backing it up with the belief, right? A lot of people, like, they might be able to answer that question. They might be able to say, I want this. But it's very rare that you find a person that wants something and believes that they can have it and still doesn't have it. Because the majority of people, if you want something bad enough, if you believe you can have it, it'll come to you like that. It just, it has to. It has to. So that's the work there, is like, what do I want? Asking yourself, what do I want? And then getting behind it and being like, I actually deserve that thing that I want. I actually deserve happiness. I actually deserve to be loved. I deserve. Because a lot of people, that's the limiting belief work, right? That's the, I'm not good enough, or I can't have the thing, or I don't deserve it, or it's not good. So that's where that comes in, where you have to get into a place of believing like you deserve the things that you want. And a lot of us, we're always taught we don't deserve it. You have to work really hard. You have to suffer. You have to this. You have to that. So we have these like, I'm not even going to go for it because I can't even have it and it's not possible for me. And so I'm just going to stay in my little lane. And it's just so disempowering. So it's the work that you're doing. It's the work that you're doing. It's the work that we're all doing here, you know? So
yeah. No, absolutely. That whole like, I don't deserve it, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not worthy enough. And, you know, once you get past those limiting beliefs, once you get just, you know, if you just open the door to another possibility, or to another reality, or just, you know, just telling yourself something different and really truly believing it, that's when those intuitive hits happen. That's when when you're able to see the opportunity, you know, sometimes the opportunity is right in your face, but because you believe so hard that you don't deserve it, you don't see that opportunity that's right there. You just
Yeah.
have to get through the door.
Yeah.
But you, you're blinded by this idea that is most often than not false,
Mm-hmm.
and always not
Always
false.
false. Always false.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And if only you would get past that idea, you'd see the opportunity, you'd see the
Yeah.
door, you'd walk through it.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be a piece of cake to walk through
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Because yes, there's action to be taken, but it's so easy once you've got the blocks, you know,
Yeah.
when you're not falling over these ideas that are in front of you and that you're focusing on. Again, it comes back to the focus. So one last question, because this just sparked something else. So if you can give like one action that one person can take today, one action for one person to take today to actually move forward, or it doesn't have to be necessarily with limiting beliefs. It could just be in for energy work, or you know, could be something as simple as
Yeah.
grounding, you know. What is like one action, one step that one person can take today to move forward towards the life of their dreams, or towards, yeah.
Um, so I've been doing a lot of mirror work lately, and so I'm gonna throw it in there. This is it. Stand in
Yes.
the mirror every single day. And don't tell me you don't look in a mirror every day, because I know you do. So you have no excuse. No excuse. You look in the mirror and you just ramble off a bunch of compliments to yourself. And if you can't think of compliments, then you just look in the mirror and you say, I love you. I forgive you. You're fucking awesome. We're amazing. We're going to fucking get through this. My life deserves me to show up. Just blah, 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 blah. Ramble on like a positive, nice to yourself, like rant of self-love
Talk
every
to
day.
yourself as best friend, basically.
You have to be your own best friend. I say it a lot to my clients, but healing, for me, healing is the end of conflict with yourself.
Yeah.
It's when you stop fighting with yourself, you stop fighting with your past, you stop fighting with who you want to be or who you think you should be or all the trauma, you stop fighting with it all, and you just come to a place of love and radical acceptance of all of yourself, whoever you are, and then you can move forward, right? So I say look in the mirror every day and say something nice to yourself. Yeah.
There you go, guys. It's that
Yeah.
simple. It's that
Yay!
simple. Just talk to yourself in the mirror. There's nothing weird about it. We talk to
No.
ourselves every single day. I'm sure most of you have. I know I have. We talk
Mm-hmm.
to ourselves about situations, people, ourselves all the time. You take 30 seconds, 1 minute. If you're able every single day to, you know, bring up that time frame to 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and you just talk, you know, romance yourself. Why not? Like, why not? This is where the choices are so important. These are the choices that you can take today
Yeah.
to lift your energy, and that's an automatic. And what I love about this ritual is that it's an automatic, just energy booster, a vibrational
Oh yeah.
group booster. If you're
Just
looking
kind of,
to learn anything, it's
yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is so nice. Your questions are fantastic. You're amazing. This is wonderful. I can't wait to watch more of these with some of the other people that you've worked with.
I can't wait to. Yes,
Thank
and I'm so
you
happy
so
that you decided to join. I'm so happy you accepted.
Yeah.
So happy. Like I said, there's just so much things going on in the world, and we forget that there's people out there that actually are creating a different story in a different life, in a different reality, and
Yeah.
working for the greater good of all. And yes, there are people like that. Not all humans are shitty. Not all humans. And even those shitty people, they have their own problem. They have their own trauma. They have their own
Let them
shit.
be shitty. Just let them be shitty. Yeah.
Exactly. Just let them. It's fine. Focus
Just,
on yourself. This is where the
yeah.
choice comes back, right? The choice. You choose what you want to focus on. You want to focus on those people, those things, or you want to focus on the people that I'm going to bring here, and the
Yeah.
people that are working, and the people that are giving, and
Yeah.
you know.
No, I love it. I love it. I think it's a great, great idea. Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Congratulations. And have a fantastic day. And I don't know if I'll see you later, but
Well, that's the thing I sent you. I wrote. I'm gonna check my
okay,
emails. If anything, I'll write you back. But
perfect.
yeah, again, workshop tonight, guys, free. If anything,
Yeah.
right now they have to DM you,
Yeah.
and it'll give you an opportunity to see what kind of coaching she does. Just you'll just get to meet Chelsea. She's awesome.
Okay. Thanks, Kat. Have a great day. Bye.
Ciao. How do I do this? Hi. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for everybody who has joined us, joined me, joined this project. There's many more people, a lot more people coming. Just looking at the messages right now to see and vibe a little with you guys. Yeah, I know the scream. Hi, Hera. Yeah, I know the screams is just freaking annoying. Me too. Every day I'm like, whoa, why, how am I spending so much time on a screen? Hello, Ben. I'm glad you found this interesting. I don't know if you're still here. Thank you so much. Thank you for everybody who has been watching and everybody who has been following me and following Chelsea. Thank you so much. Yeah, there's lots more projects on its way. A lot more information. Yeah, that's it. I'll leave you guys to it. Have a beautiful Wednesday. Happy New Year. Happy holidays. Enjoy them. Live, laugh, love. Life is short. Life can be very, very short. So live it to its fullest. Enjoy every single moment. You have a choice. You have the choice. That's it, guys. Ciao. Now I just have to figure out how to end this. Da 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 da. Nope, that's not it. I think that's it. Like that. End video. I got it. Ciao.